Good afternoon. I have a few highlights regarding the 2-week extension of the executive order that I mentioned on Friday that was coming, that Hunker Down Hoosiers 2-week extension. First, let me just say that we've clearly listed in this executive order, this edition of it, all of the essential manufacturing operations doing business are done so with the health and the safety of every employee in mind. I want to thank everyone that's been doing that already to date, but we want to make sure all of those measures, working 6 feet apart from one another, making sure you're washing hands on a regular basis, making sure that there's hand sanitizer, et cetera, that all of that is available for every employee. All of that information can be found on the executive order, as I mentioned. Secondly, all retail businesses that are open outside of the list of businesses such as pharmacies and grocery stores and gas stations and convenience stores, all of those outside of that in regards to foot traffic will now operate just like our bars and our restaurants are doing. That's carry out, curbside, online delivery, potentially an appointment in a very rare circumstance. So there's no foot traffic inside of the facility going forward for all retail businesses. Third, all of our campgrounds, and that includes our state park campgrounds, are closed. We had those opened with good intentions in mind, but it was meant for our state park campgrounds, et cetera, for exercising. And we can't have parking lots full of hundreds of folks taking into our beautiful state parks. So they are now closed. That rare exception for a campground would be is if that is your primary residence. But those wouldn't be at a state park. And then let me just say fourth, and finally, before I kick it over to Dr. Box for her updates, Judge David Cook at the ATC will be overseeing all of our executive order enforcement efforts. This goes statewide, making sure all of these directives inside this new edition of the executive order are followed and complied with. He'll be overseeing personnel, law enforcement personnel at ATC, at excise, at gaming, our conservation officers. They'll be spread out statewide, making sure that we're all, again, orienting in the same direction, moving in the same direction, and going through this journey together.